Yo, welcome back to the BSC4 channel. Wingers, what's going on? What's happening? Yeah, we had another junkyard now. I'm in the scrap of the scrap. This is where I try to find, frames and this and that. I got a few ideas that I'm kind of working on and thinking about. All right, so got a Mercury Cougar V8, but the door is locked, bro. That sucks, and it's clean inside. You guys can kind of look at it. And this is going to stay locked because they don't want nobody to really mess with it. But around it, it's pretty dope. It's clean. 4.6 in here, more likely. It's pretty dope. Untouched, man. I wouldn't mind messing with something like this, man. We don't really see that a lot nowadays. Woo! Navigator. And I thought they were selling the whole thing, but obviously it has the 5.4 double overhead cam, and it's not even it's untouched, let's say. And look, they put numbers all over it. Yeah, so we're just coming around looking around, and yo, you guys ain't see it yet, but check this out. A Pinto. Yo, they got a Pinto in here. Now, if you look at it closely, right, it's burnt. And don't say because it burnt up, it's a Pinto thing. All right, it burnt in the inside. Somebody was living in here and they were smoking cigarettes, and that's what happened. But the body is in pretty decent shape. Let's go around this thing here. Only dent is this right here. But for everything else around this Pinto, I mean, it is pretty daggone decent. Look at it. Ain't nothing wrong with this. Nothing wrong with this at all. It's pretty daggone good. The front bumper is legit. The parts on this, legit. You know where this is going to go. It's going to go over there in that scrap heap that's over there in a few minutes. I'm going to ask some things about it. I think this is worthy. Man, this would be something really, really cool. How would you do this? I wouldn't put a V8 in it. You could put a V8 in it, but I wouldn't. Put a banging ass 4-cylinder. Maybe something out of a Ranger. EcoBoost if you could afford it. That would be more ideal. But if you ain't got no money, a V8 would probably be the best way to go. 289 or something like that. 302. Yeah, man, it got burnt bad. Man, I wanted to... Man, that sucks. Wouldn't mind getting this. But, let's take a look at it, man. Look at it. Bodies, blinkers is still there. The windows are gone, but there's a flat window. You can make windows. You know what I mean? You could do that. Side window is gone. Who cares? Only thing dented up is this. Now, in the engine compartment, and the fire just went inside. It didn't start inside the car. It started in here, where the radiator burnt to crap. Yeah, that's what happened. Because the hood is the hood is beat up. So, yeah, this engine caught on fire inside, and then it just worked its way right here, because you can see right here, and then woof, broke the glass and just woof, and just kept on going. Other than that, man, this is a go. Pinto power. Man, this will be dope. What do you call it? Two Ford Explorers. One is a V6. That one's a V6. This one's a V8. I think this one here has... I don't know if it's an aluminum block. I think it is. I think this is an aluminum block one. You could put this in your, you could make you a nice little 4.6 turbo joint if you want to go crazy. Behind here is just a lot of front wheel drive stuff. Ain't much of anything behind here. Only thing cool back here I see is nothing. There's nothing back here at all. Most of it is front wheel drive stuff. You got to remember, like most of the world, right? They messing with foreign cars. They rule the spot right now in your junkyards, depending on what region you're in. If you're on the East Coast, around my area, it's just going to be front-wheel drive Toyotas and everything like that. That's why you have a lot more tuner guys out there. But now if you want to do American stuff, it's just going to be tough for you. It's not even Crown Vics in here. It's not even Lincoln Town cars in here. You've seen the Cougar, but there's not a lot of other stuff in here. So you're going to see stuff like this, GM, BMW X5, Muranos. You may see a Lincoln LS right here, which is worthless to us because it has nothing in there. Nobody's really done this properly too, which is kind of odd. I may tackle and touch on that too. I just need to find a good one. And what we're going to do, man, we're going to get back to the house, maybe start welding and doing something else. But man, it is cold out here. The last episode of dohc channel, we were doing some other crap, like cutting the roof of a Nissan hardbody. And then what we started to do was remodify something that I modified on my 96 Crown Victoria that just didn't work out. I was trying to lower it a few inches. I lowered it too much. So now I'm cutting it again, right? On the last video, cutting it, right? And now on this video here, I'm starting to weld. I'm using a very simple welder on this, right? It's a stick welder. I think it's a 90 amp inverted. Pretty daggone good from Amazon. My son bought it, right? And I used to clown him. And now I am using it for almost every project that I got going on. Sometimes when you burn through, you could turn down the heat a little bit, make a nice little puddle, and then turn it back up and go over the puddle again. That's what I've been doing on this here. So we got it to this point, and this is the welder that we're using. Look, orange, simple. Situation like this, Amazon, probably $100 or $90 or something like that at the time. So these are the welds that we have here, right? Not the best looking welds, but they're penetrated. Also, I got inside of it also. Now we're gonna spray paint the inside of it. I'm gonna make sure the spring fits in there snug. I have to mess with that right there. I'm gonna grind out there. Everything else seems like it's good. Just right there in that corner doesn't seem too right. All right, behind the scenes, started to grind this thing down. Now I'm gonna spray paint inside here and then install this thing up and see what happens, man. Hopefully it's not too high. Hopefully it's something that I can kind of deal with. But if it's not too great, you know the deal, man. I'm gonna have to go back underneath there and cut it. All right, we are skipping scenes, man. It is leveled, thank goodness. But I noticed something when I took the wheel off and everything, and I took the shock off. I'm gonna kind of show you it now. You probably won't be able to see it. See, this one is stiff, man. This one has a little bounce to it. To me, this shock over here is no good. Now, hopefully I didn't cut this and I found out the shock was bad, and that's why it was leaning to one side, because the shock was bad. I hope not, because that would really suck. But I'm going to deal with it anyway. But I'm going to lift it back up in the air, right? I'm going to put both wheels up in the air because I got to put the sway bar back on. And that's what I'm going to do right now. Let me go ahead and do that. All right, so we got the car jacked up on both sides. Semi kind of even. We got that going. But let me take a break for a minute. Oh, man, this morning sucked. Still sucks. Our cat, ran across the street over there. Cat trying to get him some. You know how I go. And he got hit early this morning. We just buried him over here. That's the stone there and the marking of him over there. Oh, man, it sucks, man. Some people may say it's just an animal. Nah, man. They are special. They do something for you. They do something to you. Animals and stuff like that, we take them for granted. And we take a lot of things for granted. We take people for granted. And I am pissed. I am pissed. And this, you know what else pissed me off too? Let me sit down and tell you. Yep. Let's get to it. First off, I'm tired of you YouTube guys. I've been holding off for like a year, 2 years now. But here's what they said. They only use the Crown Victoria because it gives good numbers. Let me go get a Lincoln Town car. Let me get a Grand Marquis. Let me get a Crown Victoria. And then he's seen the numbers up there. Now this is cool. To each his own. Everybody can use whatever they want to use. They paid their money, they buy it, they get it, and they use it. No problem. And now we sit there and we support it. We declare war on all those fake YouTubers that's using Crown Victorias, and we're not talking about Cletus. Why are you using this car when you completely said that you don't like the car that much? You just care about the numbers. So my dad gonna hit my kitty? I'm pissed. So what I'm saying to you guys really is that, man, I am just like, we gotta support one another. And mind you, the plethora of people that support the Crown Vic from daggone Holland to daggone Abu Dhabi is ridiculous. We have enough people to get this thing cracking. We have to get rid of those dudes using the daggone platform, because those guys don't jump on a Honda. Okay, the Honda's popping, right? Why don't you do a Honda? See, you can't do a Honda because you're going to be called out on a Honda. You won't be able to do it at high levels because everybody's doing a Honda is at high levels. People with a Crown Vic are messing with the 2-valve. You know what I mean? There's a certain demographic that buys Crown Victorias. Most guys do have some money, but the majority of guys like myself don't have any money. And we want to have fun with the car. It was cheap. It's a V8. Many guys think it can go fast, but it really can't go fast. It just has its own thing that it does. It's a special car. And I'm trying to keep it special. And I'm just tired of you dudes. And I'm also tired of you guys who go out there and pray to God for money. I'm on a different tangent today. I'm tired of you guys who go out there and pray to God up above to give you $1 million. And you think that's right. I repeat, you think it's right to pray to God for money instead of praying for the people next to you and who love you for good health, salvation, understanding, keep the children safe. Do you pray for those things? Do you pray for the ability to be able to make $1 million? Do you pray for that? No, you pray for God to just give you a whole bunch of money, then you can take care of everything, right? See, what you guys forget, God doesn't work for you. He works through you. Ooh. What kind of godly work you have done for God to be able to get that $1 million? Well, tell me. And this is not pertaining to anybody out there, but I kind of heard a lot of people saying this over the years, and that kind of irks. I'm pissed about my kitty.